Many of us here at the conference are trying to understand Christian Zionism the best we can. We understand that it is a very unfortunate theological system, and we have done a lot of work critiquing that. We also understand that it's a very unfortunate political ideology that has led to catastrophic things here in the Middle East, Gaza being the worst. But I believe actually that we have something inside of anthropology that may help us out. Anthropologists for at least a century have suggested that what we have here is a story inside of Christian Zionism. It's called a great story, and many scholars will call it a mythology. Now, mythology does not mean something that might be true or false. What a mythology is a great narrative, a great story which kind of centers my culture and my person, frankly. So anthropologists have said all of these great stories that you find all around the world have four elements. The first is there's a sense of a spiritual or religious dimension in which I feel as if this great story, this archetypal story, is a part of God's voice in my life. Secondly, there is a cosmological function, we call it. It means that history itself can be explained to me because God has a plan in history, and I know that plan, and I'm participating in that plan, and that gives me excitement. Thirdly, there is a sociological function in which I am not alone in understanding this truth, but instead I belong to a vast global community of people who share this same reality. And then fourthly, there's what we call the psychological dimension of great stories or mythologies. That is to say, my anxiety about my life in the world, my anxiety about where history is going, is now relieved because deep inside I have peace. Now, when you take those four narratives, what you see in kind of a mythology is that there are these four elements, and if you take Christian Zionism and place them inside of these four, you're going to see that it fits perfectly. Now, this is why when we discuss Christian Zionism with Christian Zionists, their response is visceral, it's angry, it is intense. It's not like discussing just some other idea, but instead you are tapping into the place where mythologies live. That is to say, it is the organizing center of someone's life. So for us to really talk to Christian Zionism, we have to realize that it is not as much rational understanding as it is emotional understanding. So I think Christian Zionism is telling a great story, they call it, and the response, especially from us who are inside of the church, is to reclaim our great story, which is in the gospel. When the church loses its great story, then it will be replaced by another story. And today it is this Christian Zionism story.